unfortunately, the Empulse, also, okay, I want to talk about the charging on the Empulse. Let me add that to it. So I was at the place I was going to charge at today. I ran into this family that had a Fiat 500e. If you don't know what that is, that's a Fiat 500 with a, it's an electrified one, And yeah, they were interested in my bike, and they're talking about, yeah, I like having an EV, this and that, and I noticed, I was wondering, like, does the Fiat 500 make any noise when it's charging? And it doesn't, but because I heard a buzzing sound, and then I was like, oh, the whatchamacallit, the charging station was making a buzzing sound, is what it was. So then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, it's charging at like 6.6 kilowatts or something. So I think, from what I know, that level 2 charging stations charge at about 6 kilowatts, So that's one of the things I noticed. So whenever I plug my bike in, it's my bike making the noise, not the charger. Oh, damn it, come on. But yeah, it's my bike making all the noise with the loud ass charging fans, but it wasn't. It was a charging station. It was buzzing because it was putting out its max output, 6 kilowatts. Now supposedly those chargers can put out well, it's shared. They call it shared 6 kilowatts, and so if you have to share it with another vehicle, if there's 2 ports, then you share the power that's coming out of it, basically. So let's say both cars can charge at 3 kilowatts. Well, you're only going to get 3 kilowatts for each car, So I'm guessing if I plugged my bike into where the Fiat was plugged in, I would eat up like 2.5 kilowatts, and then whatever, it would be like 3.5 kilowatts, right? Yeah, I think it's 3.5 kilowatts if my math is right. Yeah, so I was thinking, like, man, how come the Empulse only charges at 2.5 kilowatts? Level 2, you could triple the charging rate, So, I mean, it basically on the Empulse, the charging is limited by the onboard charger, which only charges at like 2.5 kilowatts, or 2.5, 2.7, something around that neighborhood. So, yeah. So, I mean, if Victory could find a more powerful charger, I mean, I guess, the way it is, it's with the technology that's possible at hand right now. Maybe in the future there can be a 6 kilowatt charger that's the same size as the charger that's in the Empulse. I think it's a size constraint thing, because literally the charger is like a huge brick. It's probably a little bit bigger than an EVSE, the portable one that comes with the Empulse. So yeah. Well, also you would have to be at a charger that can do that, So yeah, that's my kind of thoughts on the charging on the Empulse. It could be much faster. You could nearly triple the charging speed if your level 2 charger is capable of 6 kilowatts. Unfortunately, it isn't. And there is no plans or upgrades for the Empulse in the future to accommodate that. And honestly, I don't know how to hack this thing so I can, install a different charger in the first place. So I can only work on so much. A lot of the systems on this bike are, the BMS is the one that you got to trick. But also, it's like, maybe the battery can't handle that kind of current. I'm not sure. That could very well be the problem too. But yeah. So yeah, I'm saying there's much more potential to charge this battery. So if it takes 4 hours to charge the Empulse on the current charger, then it would take 3 times as less. So I don't know how that is. let me think. If it was, yeah, if it was 3 times as fast, it would only take an hour to charge it, and that's to charge it to full, might I add, you know. So maybe half an hour, you get like more than half a charge, you know. So that would be acceptable, you know. There would be no need for DC fast charging because you're already charging pretty fast on level 2, and level 2. The level 2 chargers are a whoa man, bumpy. Level 2 chargers are much more common than DC fast chargers, you know. So you know, that's what I want for this bike. I wish it had a DC fast charge option, but I feel that we probably don't really need it if you can triple the charging rate of you know, what we got on the bike right now. So I mean, maybe if Victory continued to make the Empulse, maybe then it would be okay, you know. They could do something like that, you know. They could get a better onboard charger. I don't know if that technology exists. It would have to fit, you know, where the current charger is, or you'd have to get a box or a rack or something to mount it. So yeah, that's the idea. Anyway, I would like a faster level 2 charger. I would take a faster level 2 charger over the ability to charge level 3. Just for a simple fact, there's not that many fast chargers out there, you know, and if somebody's using one, you know, level 2 chargers are much more common, I'll tell you that, man. Every once in a while, I'll run into a fast charger, you know, and they're expensive too. So yeah, it's not like you're not maximizing your money, that's for sure. Charging at like a third of what a charging station can output, you know, unless you have to share, of course. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. I wish this had a better level 2 charger, you know. I can't wait. I don't want to wait like 15, 30 an hour, you know, just to get some more juice. Well, I mean, long distance touring is just it's not a reality. It's not reality on the Empulse unless you want to like sit around for a long periods of time, you know. So like honestly, the way the Empulse is set up, it's just not good for long distance touring. I did that San Francisco ride, and it was a nightmare trying to find a place to charge it, and it took so long to charge. I really don't want to do that again. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the charging system on the Empulse. It's okay, but it could be better, and for sport touring, it's not okay. If you know, if you're planning to go, you know, do a kind of a long trip, and you know, you can stop somewhere for a while, grab a bite to eat. And even it still wouldn't be a full charge either, though. So that's the problem, you know. You need to get it to charge faster, and charge faster reliably too. You don't want to melt the battery or anything, you know. That type of thing. So yeah, those are my idea. That's my thoughts on the charging system on the Empulse. It would be nice to have a level 3 charger, and it would be nice to have a faster level 2 charger. Its potential is not maxed out yet. Definitely do more. Alright, Ace and Pretty much there. We're in Hayward already.